Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Monday, March 24th, and another day in the market, up and down, of course. That's just what we're going to do. All right, I have a lot to cover, so I'm going to go pretty quick on these. So let's take a look at the Dow Daily. Just to let you know, this chart is the daily, this chart is the weekly, this chart is the monthly. It's better to get a full overview of what we're looking at for time frames, in my opinion. So that's the way I'm going to do it to show everybody. All right, middle Bollinger Band did not hold today, so we are under that. Not a good sign. Looks like the 50-day moving average is coming into play on this, so just be cautious. This is on the daily, so 16,130 looks like so the next support for the Dow. Taking a look at the weekly, middle Bollinger Band still intact, still in the uptrend, still nice, but definitely has a chance to pull back here. And same with the monthly. Monthly is the same way. It's just has this double bottom support right here, and it's just in this little relaxing area right now, trying to figure out what to do. Taking a look at the SPY, it was pretty active today. Dropped down pretty, started up, went down, went real low, bounced off this area right here, this candle, and shot back up again for a nice dollar recovery. Wasn't a strong enough recovery to say we're going to rock out to the upside, but we are oversold on the daily with the relative strength index sitting at 41. And your middle Bollinger Band down here at 183.46. So keep an eye on that 183 area for the SPY. On the weekly, it looks bad. All it has to support right here is this triple bottom. This candle, this candle, this candle. If it doesn't hold here, then look for it to come down and get this 182. So we see the same thing: 182 on the 183 there, 182 here. And on the monthly, the monthly still looks good. Green candle for the month. So we could be okay, or we're going to pull back if we drop underneath this 178 area and come catch this middle Bollinger Band at 162. But who knows? I have targets of my own set in place. But all right, JDST was a nice alert today, looking really good here. It's the miners, the junior miners here, just getting ready to come up and test the 50-day moving average. This has plenty of room to run on the daily, that's for sure. 50 days at 26.94, right in that area, so keep an eye on this one too. It's got a little gap to close right here, and after that, let's take a look and see if we have some more up here. Any more gaps? Maybe a little one right here at 42. And this one's closed here, so keep an eye on this one for the 50-day moving average break to move to the upside. Relative strength index still has plenty of room to grow, and the volume is a lot stronger than it was. All right, on the weekly looks really good. Here we are coming in, nice solid bottom here, and now we're starting to turn to the upside. So this is the same area as over there, which is in the 29 area, so keep an eye on 29 for that one. Monthly is not confirmed yet. I'd like to get over this candle here, or at least over this area here. So right now JDST is just in a move to the upside. DUST had a nice move today also. All right, and this is the gold miners again. So, we have a nice gap right here. So my first target is going to be at 28. Should break the 50-day with no problem here, but I got a longer term. I'd like to see this one come up and do the 43 area, and I think it's going to. Probably come up and test this 200-day at 48 also. We got on the weekly, looks great, double bottom in place, and your next candle is higher. So look for the 32 to come into play for the weekly. If you want to plan this out for a little longer of a time. Same thing with this gold miner here. We need this one more candle for the next month to be a little bit stronger before we get a nice big move up here to the 45 area. All right, that's dust. So let's take a look at BBD. All right, BBD today. This has been on. We've been talking about this for a little while now. Banking. The banking sector is doing really well. And we broke the 100-day moving average. We broke this double top here. Came up, hit our head on the 200-day moving average, and it's taking a break today. But I'd like this one. I think it's going to break the 200-day moving average. We broke the downtrend line. So taking a look over at the weekly here, you're above the middle Bollinger Band, so that's creating a new pattern to the upside, in my opinion. And look for 1320 to be your next resistance for the 50-day moving average on your weekly. Coming ahead over here and getting the middle Bollinger Band 1478. Like to get over that on the monthly to show much more of a much bigger move to the upside, but this definitely has room to come up and hit this top, double top here, and this top here, which is sitting at 18, and then move from there. So keep an eye on the bank, another bank there. BONT. This one has a big gap. This is why I like it. It's starting to get a little bit of action to the upside. There's a big gap up here. at the 1550 area. A little bit of resistance in the way here. We're over the 50 now, so that's not an issue. We have the 100-day on the daily at 13, and then you have 1414 for the 200-day, and then after that we should get that gap fill close. It's like $4 from where it is right now. Looks good on the weekly here. You had this double bottom, move up, drop down, back over the 200-day moving average, coming up to test the 100, and get this gap close up here. So this one's looking really good. Nice reversal on the weekly. On the monthly, this is your fifth bottom in place here. So this one could get rolling. And definitely get one of these candles coming in. BONT, this could be a lucrative trade. Keep an eye on it. IEP will be next. This is Carl's stock. It's getting punished probably because he sold half of his Netflix. No, I don't know. Either way, it's still in a downtrend pattern, but I'm looking for this 200-day moving average to be the support line for this one, then to bounce. It's definitely oversold at this point. So look for 95.87 to come into play to catch this one as a bounce. Still looking ugly on the, definitely ugly on the weekly, but you have your 50-day right here at 93. And your relative strength index is at 32. Okay, so the monthly looks crappy. If it does fall apart, it's coming down to the middle Bollinger Band, 77.32, but I expect a bounce way before then. But the downtrend is to 77, so I'm just looking for a bounce here from the 200-day, maybe up to this to the 109 area, and then reverse back down, start heading south. This relative strength index is too oversold and really needs to get fixed. So that's that one. Let's take a look at YELP. Alright, YELP is slow to load, but coming into support, hopefully. Relative strength index is very low at 21, but I'm looking for this 100-day moving average to be the support on this one, then get a nice bounce back up to the 50-day. It is a broken stock. Your Bollinger Band starting to turn to the downside, your 50 starting to curl here. It's definitely broken, but if you can take 76 to 86, somewhere in that area, it's a $10 swing. Keep an eye on it. It should do that. But you are coming into support on your middle Bollinger Band on your weekly, which is going to be about 78. And what was this one? 76. Alright, so maybe we'll get a hammer down to this and then close above the middle Bollinger Band. But if this breaks underneath it, look for this one to go lower, especially if it does not hold this middle Bollinger Band. It could fall apart, come down to the 50-day moving average on a weekly time frame. Okay, so this would be a week. This is week and a half. This is like a couple weeks out. And then the monthly here. The monthly is definitely starting to reverse and head to the downside. We'll see how much follow-through comes with this, but 44 is your middle Bollinger Band on the monthly. So these stocks have had great moves up, and they really need to take a break. So you can play both sides of them. PCLN I want to take a quick look at because that thing's been just getting hammered. I expected a bounce, but it did not bounce off the 50-day moving average. So we're looking at this one here. Coming down to 1197, and that's what I said in the video over the weekend. Relative strength index is at 20, but remember, when this thing bounces, this thing can bounce. You can make some serious money on these options like we've been doing on the way down. One thing you need to take note of, though, is this big curl right here on the Bollinger Band. Okay, it's starting to curl to the downside. So if this is a full rollover on this one, look for the summertime for this one to get ugly. You have some support on the weekly, okay, and that's right over here on 1149. We bounced off the middle Bollinger Band today on the weekly. That's what created the bounce today. So if we have followed through on more downside before we get an upside bounce here, this thing is going to fall apart big time. If it does break this middle Bollinger Band on the weekly, then expect that to come down, and we'll use this middle Bollinger Band as support for 886. Okay, and that's just the reality of it, because we also have a gap on this one somewhere down in that area that could get filled. So I can't really see it from here. On my other chart I can. It's right there. Okay, 854. So that would be a support in the middle Bollinger Band. So if this completely rolls over, I would expect a bounce first, but I do see a downtrend in place for this one. So keep an eye on this one. Catch an upside bounce and then ride it to the downside longer term. Google. Flying through these real quick, and then I have one more after that for an upside. Google had a nice return today off this lower Bollinger Band. Oops, this is the wrong one, sorry. Slow to load. I didn't think it had a nice return today. But anyway, broke the 50-day moving average, so you're going to come down just like PCLN, and I have the support at the 100-day moving average. Okay, your relative strength index is getting a little bit lower. You have a little gap right here to be filled at 1120, if you can see that. So if we can hit this 1120 on a nice sell-off, it would be a great bounce to the upside. Middle Bollinger Band's coming very close right here. But it has to close over it, or else we're going into a downtrend on a weekly basis. So keep an eye on that very closely on Google. If it does fall apart, same thing is you have great support right here at 877. This is the same thing as PCLN. You have this lower area. So see how all these indicators work together. Okay, so that's why I use such different time frames, so I can see where I can plan my options trade. Okay, and by using this, you could see, all right, you broke out of this one, so that's no good, the middle Bollinger Band. So now you're down to the 50-day moving average. What do you have after that? Well, there's nothing all the way down here, but there actually is. On the weekly, you have the middle Bollinger Band sitting right here, so that's even in a better position. So that could act as support or different indicators you want to use. So make sure you use everything. Take a look at the big picture, not the small picture, unless you're just doing a day trade. All right, OVTI is going to be the last one, and then I'm out of here. OVTI, nope, there we go. All right, OVTI looks really good for an upside move. Your 50-day moving average just kicked up to the upside. Increase in volume. The relative strength index is at 50. Plenty of room for more upside. Your CMF indicator has turning up, and your volume has increased. Okay, what else do we have here? We have a double top. Well, we have a couple tops over here at 18, but more so looking at the weekly, you had nice support here on these 4 candles, and finally they just said, nope, we're going up. So we're going up. So on the weekly, pulling it back a little bit, all you have now is going to be a 200-day moving average after you break pretty much these 2 little peaks right here, which mean absolutely nothing. So probably blow right through that to get the 200-day moving average and come to this double top right here, which is going to be right around 19 and change. After that, let's take a look at the monthly. You break outside of this box and you get that 19 and change broken, which is this double top. All you have is a straight line up. Okay, so you're actually going to come all the way up to the 30-33 area. That's why you take into the big picture. So you need this break right here on the double top for OVTI, okay, this triple top, which is going to be 18 and change, or the 200-day moving average on your weekly, okay. Then you can see it's going to be a free ride all the way up. And you have plenty of room with your relative strength index. It's only at 55. All right, this is Matt. Join us in chat every day. It's growing. The people are awesome. Everybody rocks at picking stocks, and nothing gets by us at any given point. We're great for planning, and every trade works. This is Matt over Milestone Capital Growth Portfolio. Join us tomorrow. It's $500 for a lifetime membership, and trust me, you're going to love it. Have a great night.